Yeah. What's happening? This your boy B-High Radio Shouty and stepping in the building. Hey, man. I got the tune freaks in this thing. I'm talking about DJ Spinz, Beat 'em Trill, some super cold producers that's been putting it down for the town for a long time, and it's feeling like it's about to be a new wave being created in this thing, man. What's good with it, fellas?
So what's going on, B-High? What's going on, man?
Now, fellas, tune freaks.
Talk to me.
How did y'all link up, and what was it that made y'all join forces to raise hell out here in these streets?
Man, you really, I don't know, man. To be real, I feel like just like with everything in my life, you know, shit just kind of come together. So I met Trill probably been maybe 5-6 years ago now. And, you know, time been flying, but you know, when you meet somebody, you just instantly, you know, it's kind of like a soul connection. It's like, okay, well, shit, I can rock with you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just kind of been developing since then, just working every day, you know, because obviously music is both our passion. And
exactly.
It just kind of like, you know what I mean, two things came together like this, and it made sense.
Exactly.
So we just been nurturing it since then.
Trill, get in here, man. I need you to run down some of these tracks so folks can understand exactly what the hell's going on, boss.
Okay, we got Dae Dae. We did Spend It.
Ew.
We got Future Key.
My
Undefeated.
God.
Did it with my brother. You know, Trill got wings. Trill Gatto.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? We just did 2 Chainz, No TV. I don't know. We got a nice little list. We'll work with Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
Man, it's a long list. Let's talk about it.
For both of y'all, man, when it came to getting into the game as far as production, what was it that made y'all say, you know what, I need to produce these records out here?
For me, I feel like, you know, because shit, I've been DJing pretty much all my life.
That's right.
I feel like it was just the next step in, you know, growing as a person, as a, you know, musician. So I just kind of was just throwing my hand at it. And then, you know, I just let the passion drive me to this point, and, you know, shit, through all the way through, really. So,
man, B-High, I was playing football.
Talk to me.
I was playing football, B-High. Background, okay. So, like bro was telling, my cousins are Trillville. That's my real family.
That's right.
I know you had them on the show. Shout out to them, boys.
What up, though, Trillville?
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, literally, they had the music going. Naturally, me and my brother, Mr. Fletch, shout out, we kind of indulged in, you know, we formed our own little group.
That's right. That's right. It be like that.
We going, you know, I took my stab at rap.
Uh-huh.
You know, I didn't too tough like the attention, B.I.
What?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't too tough like the attention, bro.
I feel you, though.
But in the back of it, I did find my real passion in the
Production side.
the composing. I found my real passion up.
Exactly.
We took out with it, B.I. You know,
when it comes to working with A-list artists, though, your 2 Chainz and your Futures and stuff like that, what kind of tracks do y'all have? Do y'all set aside special tracks for those artists? Do you cook them up on a damn spot? How do y'all go about determining who gets what, and do you come to not play at all that day? Do you got to bring your A game that day, or is it like, this nigga like the whack ass track that I ain't even think he was supposed to like any damn way?
yeah, I think you need to bring your A game every time. You know what I'm saying? Every time you step on the field, you go anywhere. It could be a new artist, it could be an established artist.
Yeah.
You know, you just always want to come, you know, at your best form. So, to be honest, like, shit, for me, it's happened both ways. You know, it's happened, you know, okay, I'm like, shit, I got these beats that maybe he'll fuck with.
Yeah.
He do fuck with them, or he won't fuck with them. And then I had times where I made shit right there. You know what I mean? I might go in the other room, cook something up in the headphones.
Yeah.
Come play that. You know what I mean? So it, like, for me, music is just like, you know, capturing that energy in the room and that feeling, that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what make it so special, because I don't feel like you get that again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's really like, for me, it's like the process of bottling up the energy in the room. You know, it's like a time capsule.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what intrigued me about the whole, you know what I mean, the whole process. So, yeah, shit, we can make music right now.
Trill, when Spend It went crazy, what was going through your mind, man?
I honestly, Man, I was trying to figure it out, B.I.
What?
To tell you the truth, I was trying to figure it out, brother. I was so excited, man.
Yeah.
I was crunk. So I hit 3 different levels of excitement with it.
Talk to me.
3 different levels. I'm going to give it to you.
Let's go.
Okay, so my first level of excitement was the, street level.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm out and I just hear my record playing.
Yeah.
At least I hear my beat. Then I get a call. Hey man, they playing your song in the club. Cool. We done had a couple songs played, out here. We from Atlanta.
That's right.
We do that. So
It's
but,
facts. Just facts.
Everybody, but for what it's worth, it took off. Hit radio. So that's
another level of excitement. That's right.
Now, I saw this joker. I saw Dae Dae perform it in an arena. Shit. And when the lights go up to your record and chills hit you, bro, it's different.
See that?
The first 2 levels, they are important factors. But man, there's nothing like when you hit that arena and all them people rapping a record word for word and got the lights up for it, bro.
What does that do to your creative process? Was that your first time experiencing that level of excitement with the records? And what did that do to you as far as creativity moving forward?
Creativity moving forward with it, it definitely, as far as inspiration, man, it's no way as a creative when you get up among that many people, like you say, it's the vibe, and that energy, there's no way you don't capture it. Man, you take that stuff and you process it. So now I'm processing different.
Yeah.
I used to make beats because I used to experience the club atmosphere.
Yeah.
We've done open mics, as far as footwork or whatever. Done some groundwork. So we went from and people kind of just looking to that. It make you appreciate it for one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So definitely harboring that energy and taking it to the studio. We finna cook up for an arena, a multitude of people. You understand what I'm saying?
So now, Spinz, I gotta ask you this, man. Before we get into your production, I gotta ask you about you and that guy, DJ Pretty Boy Tank.
Yeah, my brother.
Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Do you and him reminisce on that time and realize what it was that y'all did for the city with them damn mixtapes alone?
Yeah, man. It's almost something, I guess we can't get away from. You know? So I hear it, whether it's it's honestly like even in my DM, like, or just my Instagram comments, people still, ask about it, how much you charge for a mixtape, or can I get on your mixtape? And I'm like, bro, I ain't dropped a mixtape in like 6 years. Since like a long time ago. So I'm very grateful to be a part of that. Yeah. And those times were amazing, you feel me?
How do you feel like that impacted the culture of Atlanta, though? Because, at that time, those mixtapes that y'all were dropping was really breaking records and moving the culture forward at the same time, too. I recall, as a DJ and just to own that personality, going to check out every time y'all dropped to see what the fuck was going on out here in these damn streets, man. Yeah. So what was it like when y'all were putting that stuff together and just the wave that y'all had?
It really was just like we were in it, like how you said it was the streets of Atlanta, we was there. So like, the biggest clubs, which was at the time, the last club I DJ was Obsessions, I like
remember. I pulled up in there.
Yeah,
pulled up in there.
So it was like, we pulling a crowd of at least 1,200 people every week. You know what I'm saying? Like on Fridays, and Meezy was promoting. It was quite a few, promoters, and me and Tank was just, we was the DJ. So it's like every big artist who was around here, who was making a buzz, they were coming through there. You know what I'm saying? They was bringing us the records to play them. We're playing them. Yeah. We seeing what's going. We could see what's on the way. And it was different then, too. I just got finished talking about this to someone else. But, mixtapes to me were kind of like a breeding ground, versus what we have today with streaming platforms.
That's right.
It was like, today, all right, you got your playlist and you got, Spotify and you got your billboards, all of that. But it's kind of like, I feel like we're being programmed by the system versus we programming the system. Because when mixtapes was going on, it was kind of like, shit, Gucci just dropped or whatever. And the way that this shit going crazy in the streets, even before live mixtapes, is 30 cars gonna pull up next to you playing the same shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hear, you like, this what's going
Yeah.
on. When you go to the club, this what you hearing, you know what I'm saying? So, it was just a organic type of feeling. And
Yeah.
for us to be there, you know what I mean, in that time, space, and opportunity, I just think we seized that and kind of like package that up into Space Invaders and We Are the Radio and the projects that we had, you know what I mean? Because that's what we was trying to do. We was trying to give them an accurate depiction of our world.
And that's a beautiful thing because y'all actually were able to do that at that time, and it hasn't been done since. That whole mixtape era in Atlanta and that live mixtape era is over with, and that's a time that we can't get back. But you look at that snapshot of what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Those mixtapes played a huge part in moving the culture forward.
It made a lot of careers, started a lot of careers. This is a big launch pad,
That's right.
I feel.
That's right. Yeah. Now, as tune freaks, fellas, creative process. When y'all get into this studio and start jamming together, how the hell are y'all coming up with these hits?
I mean, for me, man, like Trill, this my brother, so like, I feel like we kind of work hand in hand. Yeah, so, like, he might come to me with an idea or anything, you know what I mean? I might come with an idea, but either way, it's like we got a compliment, you know what I'm saying? So they're like yin and yang or whatever, you know what I mean? So just trying to get the best out of, you know what I mean, what's going on. Like, shit, I come from the club too, so I love energy, you know what I mean? So, and really for music, sometimes you create with a specific person or interest or whatever. Like maybe it's an artist, they want to go this way or whatever. Yeah. But when we just creating it, we just might have sparks in our brain, just start jotting down ideas. You know what I mean? Like kind of like just sketching on a pad, and then it start to take form, and then we just go from there.
Facts.
Get in here, Trill.
Hey man, that's it. He called it, man. You know, it's kind of it's almost like some flame chemistry or something. You just keep adapting little sparks to the flame spark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a direction, like you say. Sometimes you'll sit down with a softer tone voice. You might have to get a little softer. You know what I'm saying? You just might have.
I'm with you.
It's like you say, it's vibes though. It's energy. Facts. It's always gonna talk to you, man. If you're present, if you're there with it, man, it's it'll lead you right, man. Seriously.
Spinz. When you came into the game at 8 years old, this man was the youngest OG I had ever seen in my damn life, okay? I was like, okay, how's this man 5 years old and he's the OG in the game? I'm on the radio. I had a show called The After Party. Nobody gave a damn until DJ Spinz came on there and started mixing. When DJ Spinz came on and started mixing, first of all, you kept me up because I was like, this nigga's in here creating art in this thing. So it made my job that much easier. But talk to me about being young as hell, getting into the game and having to grow up in it at the same time, and then your transition from DJing to production.
Man, it was just like, I told this story a couple times, but basically my grandmother and my uncle owned a nightclub. So literally, when I was born, I was 0. I was in the club. Okay. You know what I mean? So I grew up around that energy. They might be playing blues and soul records. It was a day bar as well. So I'm hearing nothing but, just music from a child. Yeah. And we had a DJ that would come in at night. His name was Casanova. I'll never forget him. And, by the time I could walk, I was up there with him trying to figure out what was going on. Like, he got these people dancing. I want to know what, you know what I mean? What you doing. He got these little discs, these 12-inch records. I'm like, what's this? So, I was just curious. And, man, that shit led me all the way to, like, when I was 11, I was begging my mama for some turntables. She bought me my first pair of turntables when I was 11. Yeah. And then, like, after that, I ain't gonna lie, like, the rest was really history for me because, around you got people who want to, they might want to play basketball. They might want to, or do sports in general. They might feel like they want to sell drugs or whatever. Like, I just kind of locked in early on I like music. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of, I kept going. So when she got me them turntables, I practiced on them, but they was like the kind of beginner turntables. They wasn't the CDJ 1000s or some shit like that. So the radio station had those. Yeah. And they would broadcast live at like the high school football games. So I just used to go out there. My mama would take me on Fridays, and then I just would go around and just ask questions. They like probably like how you are, like, who is this young dude? Like what do he want to do? And that turned into, you know, they started letting me mix on commercial breaks, you know, just because I wanted to mess with the turntable.
Yeah.
And I kept doing that. One day, the program director gave me 30 minutes on the air. And Ron Thomas, shout out to Ron Thomas forever. You know what I mean? He gave me my first opportunity in radio. I was 16. He gave me 30 minutes on the air. I did that, and after that, he offered me and this other guy a show on Saturdays.
How the hell did you link up with DJ Scream them though?
You want to know, to be real, right?
Yeah.
Like I knew techniques and everybody. I had a sidekick, if you remember what sidekicks were. I had one of those in high school. So like when I was in class, like I would just be on like DJ forums and just on the internet and just, you know what I'm saying?
Just doing the most.
Yeah, just, you know what I mean? Just
You know.
picking my interest. And like I hit up Scream, and then we kind of developed a relationship. I had a couple mixtapes that he had did like some distribution for when I moved up, or before I moved up here. But I actually went and met him for the first time at Guitar Center.
What?
Yeah, I met Scream at Guitar Center. He was working there.
Yeah.
And guess what CD he gave me?
What?
He was like, yeah, this is one of my mixtapes. Check it out. It was a Trill mixtape.
Oh, that's crazy as hell.
So yeah, like
Crazy as hell.
yeah. So
$1 million. Hey, get you some more $1 million. Yeah. Is that already?
Hey man, get in there. Yes
Appreciate
sir.
Scream, man, for real.
Seriously.
nah, for real. So he just looked out for me. Like I told him I'd be moving
Shout
to
out,
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like took me under his wing. I'm forever grateful, you know. And the first gig he gave me was this club called Mariachi in Marietta. And that's, I feel like, where my whole Atlanta run just started from.
Go Shorty Go with Travis Porter, man.
Yeah.
When that thing went crazy, what was that like for you when you realized that I just made this transition into production and it's going to fuck down out here in these streets?
Man, yeah, that was kind of crazy because that, you know, that sparked from the club.
Yeah.
You know, and like just me doing mixtapes. So Travis Porter, we all kind of around the same age. So,
Yeah.
you know, Scream's a bit older. So when I met them, they was coming to the club every week, and we just kind of like, you know, built a relationship. We, after the club, we going back to my house and doing whatever we do, you know,
Yeah.
turning up the after party.
Facts.
And shit, like
Fucking hoes and taking names in layman's terms.
yeah, so shit. Fuck around. I always had like some kind of setup to create, whether it be my turntables or my like the mic.
Yeah.
So like shit. After a while, we just started recording in the crib.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a you know professional type of setup, but yeah, we started recording in the crib, and then one day we did. I want to say we did Go Shorty and Get Naked the same night.
My God.
I want to say, you know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I do know that when I sent, because Charlie was their manager, CEO Charlie, so
Yeah.
I would send him the records after we do them, and he was like, man, this Go Shorty thing, this is something, it's something. So I'm like,
Charlie, what up, though?
yeah, I'm like, shit, what, you know, whatever.
Exactly.
And goddamn, you know, shit, we was DJing in the club, and I started to see they dropped the mixtape with it on there, and they was like, nah, we got to shoot a video, this.
Yeah.
And yeah, to see it like actually do something, I was like, yo, it's real. This is different.
What was that like when you realized that you went from DJ to producer though now, and then you got to keep this party going because you ain't trying to be no one hit wonder.
Yeah, for sure. Man, it's kind of like blurry a little bit, but like I know like in that time period, it was a lot. I was making songs with damn near everybody I did a mixtape with. So you know the Rich Kids, Roscoe Dash, and like even Scream introduced me to Titty Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Later to be known as 2 Chainz.
That's right.
And then, you know, that relationship turned into us making Riot. And, you know, that was around, you know what I mean, the same time. So it's just like, okay, you know what I mean? Shit, damn, it's kind of fast. Like, I really wasn't processing it. I was just like, okay, I got to go DJ at the club Friday and Saturday. And then I make beats when I get home or, you know, shit, when I'm bored.
I mean, I just got to keep it real, Spinz. I mean, there's a lot of legendary shit that you speaking right now, man. So, I mean, as a young legend, this man is a young ass OG.
Super.
So, how do you feel knowing that you made that much of an impact on the music industry in Atlanta and helping to shape it as we know it today from a DJ standpoint, radio standpoint, and production standpoint?
Man, I'm glad. You know what I mean? Like I'm grateful, you know. But I try to focus more on, you know, like leaving something. You know what I mean? Leaving something for people who, you know, might see this and get inspired.
Yeah.
Or might see this and, you know, have a vision that they want to live out. So like I try to focus on that. And then even like for me, like when I was doing all that, I wasn't really thinking of it as doing that. It's kind of like, you know, when you're in the eye of the storm, you don't know how strong the storm is. You know what I mean? You there.
Facts.
So like looking back on it, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just try to keep my focus on, you know what I mean, just, you know, being the best version of myself and leaving something that, you know, somebody could watch and take and then expand upon themselves. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want, you know what I mean? I want to keep setting an example because it's way bigger than me. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, shit, you could be a sparkle. Like, I know it's people that I looked up to and I still look up to that, you know what I mean? It's stuff I can take for them and add to what I got going on and just learn and just expand, be better. Maybe I can expand on this better than he did.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's with me too. You know what I mean? So I just like to lay it out there, you know, the way I see it and, you know, just let it be like that for real.
Trill.
Yes, sir.
Being a younger brother and family member of Trillville, then linking up with Spinz and this thing.
Yes, sir.
What kind of game did these people lace you with to prepare you for your journey and your mission?
Okay. So that tie back in, okay. Even in my family, even in our family, I'm the youngest.
That's right.
Okay, so I got a chance to experience life different. Meaning, I got to see my older brothers, my older cousins make moves. I got to see what the moves prospered. I got to see when the moves didn't prosper.
That's right.
I got to see a lot of the actions that helped prosper.
Yeah.
I got to see a lot of actions
that de-prospered.
you know what I mean?
De-prospered.
You know, and I take from that, you know, and, you know, you move forward. But, you know, in hindsight, like you say, man, it's work.
Yeah.
So your path is going to always be different. But I always pick up those little gems, man.
Exactly.
I always experience.
Learn along the way, for sure.
Let me tell you though.
Come in here.
To him,
Like we used to come out the road, and the first place I used to go to see my brothers.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And he'd be in there making beats. On
Yeah.
the computer. No shirt on, that hair wet, crazy. And the first time he'd
Straight
say,
up,
"Hey,
tell
bro, what you think about this?"
Yeah.
The beat.
Yeah.
I said, "Nah, bro." I said, "It's all right." I said, "Ain't it?" He said, "You think I can make an album?" I said, "Nah, it ain't." I said, "That's all right." And long story short, I said that to say, we fast forward to now. And
Yeah.
he's doing all these big records, and so he never got discouraged.
Yeah.
He never frowned, fretted anything. He just kept working, man. And so
Yeah.
he is now. Him and Spinz.
Facts.
Going crazy.
It's stupid, like insane crazy. Like,
Oh, yeah,
these some
man.
humble guys, man. But I'm gonna tell you, like, they.
Yeah, I'm sick of his shit. I'm really sick of his shit because I done known him the whole time, and I don't know if he's the greatest of all time, but did he ever even live? I'm like, nigga, you done did every damn thing.
Right. But
Facts.
they
Facts.
these two here, they the real deal.
Answer me this,
Appreciate it, man.
Spinz.
Yeah.
During the time where the sound in Atlanta changed, you, Sonny Digital, Metro,
Crazy.
808,
Crazy.
what was that like during that time when all of y'all was coming together and jamming as well and crafting this new Atlanta?
Well, see that's the thing about it, you know, like when you doing it, it's like when you, I guess on the outside and then you see it how it came out,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it was like this perfect plot. So, you know what I'm saying? Be like,
We taking this bitch over.
It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like, bro, to be real, bro, we was damn near living that dark, like just cooking up every day. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? And like everybody would just come through. Like I stayed like at the Atlantic at that time. So I
Yeah.
stayed right down the street and like shit. Metro would there pretty much every day. Sunny would pull up, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Fucking sizzle, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like we just was in that bitch cooking up, TM, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like shit, the artists would be like, it was kind of like a hub for the artists too. Like it was a lot of artists that was just coming through. So it's like we got 4 rooms of just cook up. You know, we all
Yeah.
cooking up together, cooking up solo and boop 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 boop. Thug coming through, Quan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking the list go on. You know what I mean? It's just making
When-
shit, bro.
Out of your tracks, which one is your baby that you love the most? Or and then, but which one is your baby first? And then I'm gonna come with another question for your ass.
Oh man, it's hard. I associate records with the time when shit was going on.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? So like each record has a special place. Like Cashing Out is like, okay, it felt like this.
My
you know
God.
Riot, it felt like this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Up Some Commas felt like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, you know what I mean? It's them time capsules. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's
Cashing Out, man.
That was my first hit.
Exactly. When Cashing Out went crazy, took Cash Out up out of here.
Yeah.
What was that like for you, man?
That was really different. Like, I think that's when it set in. It was like, okay, when you were saying earlier, like, are you a producer now? That's when that kind of just, it was like, okay, I've been DJing. That record kind of, it took me out the clubs.
Damn.
Or just having it, I don't have to, like.
You ain't have to work in the club no damn more.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah, like, I mean, that was interesting. You know what I mean? And I feel like it wasn't something I necessarily prepared for.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, I look and I learned a lot from that time, you know what I mean, of what was going on.
What was it that you was learning that you weren't prepared for?
Like, just, like, I don't feel like I was just literally making music. So I wasn't, like, plotting and planning that this shit finna go number one and everybody want to get on your beat and, you know what I mean, shit like that. You know what I mean? So at times it could get, like, overwhelming. And, that kind of just was, something
Talk
I
to
can
me
see
about that demand. When you're in demand and it's and you're overwhelmed at the same time. What is that like? Because for a lot of people, you freeze up during the moments and some folks fail.
Yeah.
But you kept on going. So what did you do when you was in demand and you got the infamous, I need you, bruh? When you got the I need you, bruh, what did you do when that call was coming in 20 times a day?
Hey, man, it was like, certain things had priority. Certain things didn't, you know what I mean? So I was doing what I could.
Yeah.
And, some things definitely fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
And some things, I maybe didn't do as good of a job on that I feel like I could have in hindsight. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Like what? What did you feel like you couldn't do the best on?
Like one thing I'm big on is like, even to this day, it's just like making sure that records are complete. You know what I mean? Because that's really what producing is to me. Like, you got to see a record through from creation to out the door. And then even it's really more than that. Like, sometimes you might have to be the marketer on the record and all of that. So it's seeing records to completion. You know what I mean? Because like, you can send somebody a beat, but that don't mean they gonna make something perfect on it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just that trimming and that, I would call it the producer element. You know what I mean? Like, it was songs that came out that was like, okay, Spinz sent me a beat, they might be off the name or something, and then they just put the shit out. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, shit, I produced it, but I didn't really produce it. You rapped on my beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, just shit like that, to be real.
Folks like Future and 2 Chainz, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know that. You talking about the best.
Yeah.
You know?
What was it like being there for them early in their careers and giving them songs that took over the Atlanta clubs and stuff like that?
Man, it was special for sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was anything ever like that time. You know what I mean? It was real special. But, yeah, it's just like the energy, man. I wish everybody in the world could experience that energy. Like, you was there, so you felt it.
I seen it firsthand, and I was like, this nigga's going crazy. This motherfucker. He was just on my damn show, and this nigga's going crazy. Back on you?
Yeah, facts. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, man, to be real, like, when I was DJing in Obsessions, this 2010, 2011, I had a playlist of about 85 Future songs then that would go in the club then, like no questions, no maybes. I can play through this playlist for like an hour and a half and the club gonna be going nuts. This is 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
You feel me? Fast forward 10 years later, you know what I mean? Home still working, still out here doing what he, you know what I mean? 2 Chainz doing his thing as well. So it's just, like, obviously when I'm there then, I'm like, I know it's special, but I ain't know, like, I'm like, yo, like, this shit is like, you know what I mean? This is it. You feel me? Like, it's it.
Speaking of it being it, man, when it comes to producing those tracks and you see it going out of there, man, what is that emotion that you feel, man? And then how do you keep yourself humble or just level-headed to keep from letting it go to your head and ruining your career?
So, okay, to Spinz fact.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're in it, sometimes you might have to be the marketer. It's front to back with
Yeah.
the record. You see what I'm saying? So when you front to back with it, it's easy to miss some of the hype train.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's some unfinished business to tend to.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line.
That's right.
I mean, it might-
See, now you done opened up another avenue in this conversation that we about to get into
Yes,
next.
sir.
Continue.
Yes, sir. But you know,
Damn.
it's some unfinished business. It might be something missed. It might be a possibility of something being missed.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the record. And a continuation of work on your record is super important. Like you're
Yeah.
not just gonna hit send and and your record go out and then just because it's accessible to 1 million people don't mean 1 million people looking for you.
Ooh.
Facts.
You just
So you gotta
snapped
work.
with that.
You know what I mean? So you gotta get out here and figure something out. You gotta put you a plan together and
Yeah.
work it. You know what I mean? So that easily keeps you humble, if you will.
Exactly. Now I'm with you, Spinz.
For sure. For me, it's just, I guess, having, stuff that's been with me before everything, like my family, you know what I'm saying, my brother, my spirituality, just
Yeah.
keeping close to God, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like I always say, like, shit, if you don't humble yourself, life will.
Come on.
You know what I
man.
mean? So I just try to, take the high road on that, and I'd rather do, that before life have to humble me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
The business side of it, fellas. As a producer, man, a lot of times you see producers catching the short end of the stick when it comes to the extra side of it. What did y'all do to protect yourselves, and what advice do you have for the next person that might be going through those same things that y'all went through early on in the career, as far as the money and the production and a hit damn song?
yeah, the music business.
Yeah, the
You got
music business.
You got the music business.
Exactly.
Yeah. You want to go
Go
first?
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Take it.
just
I got
just
one.
protect yourself, man. Get a lawyer, get somebody to,
Yeah.
and shit, get 2 lawyers if you don't, you know what I mean? Have a lawyer checking a lawyer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spend that extra money or and time to secure your future, you know what I mean? Rather than doing it on the back end, because that's gonna be worse than you doing it on the front end. Trust me. So and another thing, man, like there's a lot of predators in this game. You know what I mean? There's a lot of sharks. So just make sure you do your research, and you know what I mean. Just don't be forced into doing anything that that you don't really feel in your spirit to do. Don't feel forced. They might, this gotta go this, and then you holding this up. Well, shit, I made it, so goddamn, if I ain't make it, you know what I mean? What was you gonna do?
Exactly.
So yeah, you gonna wait till I get what I need to get done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because once you surrender what you have, your files or some shit like that,
Yeah.
then it's not at your mercy no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gave up control.
Exactly.
So yeah, like producers, hold your nuts. Fuck these folks. You made that shit. Straight up.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Get in here, Trill.
No, like you say, man. First of all, like you say, understand it's music business. After you do the music, every day we can do music. Right now we can do music. We can beat the table and
That's
we can
right.
make us some music.
That's
behind.
right.
But when it comes to the business about who gonna get the masters, where this publisher finna go, who gonna eat after this song drop, yeah, we got to sit down and talk about that. And honestly, sometimes you can't approach it with your emotion.
Yeah.
And even with your emotions, sometimes, man, you might be in a desperate situation.
Yeah.
But if risk and reward, if you can calculate your risk and reward, hey, go for it. But for the most part, man, get you a legal team to help you understand your language and come to agreements that you understand.
I can dig it. Spinz. When that money started coming in, what was going through your young ass mind when you was thinking, I was just trying to bang on a keyboard, now this shit done went worldwide, and now it's publishing time and it's check time. How did you deal with that? And what was it that blew your mind about it? Was you expecting what you got, or what the fuck?
Kind of like maybe when somebody put them numbers in your ear,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You like, oh, okay. And then shit, when they come, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? So, short answer, shit, we living. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Damn right.
We living.
How did that change your life, man? Did that affect your creative process at all either, though, man? Because it's one thing to be a starving artist, and it's another thing to be a full artist in this thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like, you know, the money, like, it can, you know, decrease your hunger, you know what I mean? And it can, you know, get you in a comfortable spot.
Yeah.
But you know, I like to lean more towards my passion, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like my passion is what got me to where I'm at. So I still treat it like shit. It's crazy. Like, I'm in here, like, I'm looking, like, I see a plaque on your wall.
Exactly, that you produce.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, shit, I don't even have no plaque. I don't have no place at the crib, you feel me?
Come on,
you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. Like, the money is good. I think the money magnifies. Put it that way. The money magnifies you.
So now when you think about going forward in the game and just, first of all, you went from just producing, you done went through every level because you started jamming yourself vocally as well. So what was it that made you say, you know what, let me go ahead and get behind the microphone too?
Man, okay, so that's really, I feel like it's just the natural progression. Like, okay, I started DJing when I was 11.
That's right.
Okay. 18, 19, I get up here. I've been DJing 8 years. When I first moved to Atlanta, I already had been DJing 7 years. So it's you know, it's like, shit, all right, let me just tap on that keyboard. Let me see what this shit do. Let me, you know what I mean, learn.
Exactly.
And like, for me now, it's not about cloud. It's not about none of that for me. It's about telling my story and like documenting me. You know what I mean? Because like, even when you producing a record, that's only 50% of the record. You're, you know, making sure it sounds great, and the artist is telling the story though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me living and me going through all my experiences, it's like, shit, now I got some shit to talk about. Or you know what I mean? I got a lot of stories that I want to document. So that's kind of like what led me into speaking, or, you know, my artistry, so to speak.
Out of all of your tracks, who rose the most hell on your track? When you got that song back, or you was in the studio with him and you was like, this nigga just snapped it in me.
Man, you know, you already know, you know what's up with that.
Talk to me.
I mean, man, look. Shout out to Pluto, man.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, you know what I mean? Every time, you know what I mean?
When he fucked up them commas, man, what was going through your mind then?
Man, like, just was one of them days, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm blessed to, you know, have been around bro a lot, and just even to learn, you know what I mean, he inspired me so much, you know what I mean, and just seeing it, you know, being literally from the bottom, from, you know what I'm saying, a dream to, you know, reality. He's always kept the same energy, you know what I'm saying, and the consistency, you know what I'm saying. I bet you right now he's in the studio.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, I had that type of dedication to my craft and just music in general. So it's like, it's just, you know, like I feel like God didn't put me around so many great people to be mediocre or to slack off or to not, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, I wake up every day, you know what I'm saying, with something I can give. You know what I mean? And, you know, that just keep my fire burning for real, like, to be real about it.
With all of the artists, man, out here in these streets and then catching them early, what do you think is the lifespan of an artist? Because you work with some GOATs, you work with some great artists, you work with some people,
full spectrum.
Yeah, the whole spectrum of everything. What is it about those artists when you give them that first hit, and what is the change when you give them that damn second hit?
Maybe they might feel more confident, you know what I mean? It's just like with anything. Like, when it's like you got one, you got two, it's like, okay, you figured out a formula that worked. You know what I mean? So you want to continue that and keep building on that. So I think it just boosts confidence and morale, like, you know what I mean, in the team.
Was there ever any times in both of y'all's careers where you were like, fuck this shit, I give up, I quit, and I don't think I'm going to continue with this anymore?
Nah, like, but I can't say it's been all ups either. You know what I
So
mean?
what were the downs, though, Spinz? Because, see, that's the other thing. We see the ups. I saw the ups. I saw plenty of ups.
Yeah.
What was the downs about, and how did you overcome them?
I overcome them with my passion and just, you know what I'm saying, like, knowing what I want to get done. But, I mean, like, okay, you're not gonna want to make a beat every day. I might, you know, it's been times that shit, I don't feel like I'm not inspired to make a beat, or I'm not in this mental zone. You know what I mean? I feel like with any art, you gotta have material to express. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I just might be living for 3 months. I ain't necessarily just doing that. You know, when you in the industry, it's like, I need beats, or I you know what I mean? Or what you working on? I know you're working on something new. It's like, shit, I just might be living life. I might just be with my family. Or anything, you know what I mean? So I just I think that you just balance out. You know what I mean? And for me, like, what I want to just keep driving home is just let your passion drive you. Because, all right, if you're doing it for money and then you keep making songs and none of the songs hit, obviously it's gonna discourage you. You know what I'm saying? But if you make music for fun,
exactly,
you know what I'm saying, and then a song hit, it's like
different.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Your intent is different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm making this song to make $1 million.
I'm with you.
And honestly, you know, like I like to study greats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And one of the greats who I really look up to is like a man like Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And you know, Quincy will tell you the moment you start, you know,
doing it for money,
thinking that way, God lead the room.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how all this shit happened before. Like, I don't know how it got to this point, but I do know. Well, I know a little bit. I know my passion drove me into these places. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a stick with that. For
both of y'all, when it's in the zone time, what tracks got produced while you were in a zone and you were like, oh my God, I come in here and I'm setting this damn shit on fire?
Okay, off real. Okay, for me,
talk to me.
Okay, definitely. Well, weird though.
Talk to me.
Weird though. So it was more so my situations.
Okay then.
Okay, it was more so my situations. My situations at the time spoke through me, if you will. I felt some type of ways.
Yeah.
And I went in, so we finna make us some music. You know, and we're gonna block out everything. We finna make us some music.
I'm with you.
And believe it or not, I ran into Dae Dae at Peacock. No, not Peacock, forgive me, Palace.
Yeah.
At Club Palace. But me and him, man, we to school all types.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
No cap. Like, that what made that record so hard.
Come on.
But man, we came from that situation. But I went back in and I made Spin It beat. I didn't know what it was at the time. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know what it was. I know it felt different.
That's right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew it felt different.
Yeah.
I didn't quite know the formula all the way, but I knew this feel different.
Yeah.
So I hit that. Send that, but I sent it in a pack.
Yeah.
And I kind of have this one, but I sent it a little weird. I kind of figured he wasn't too tough rock with the other one, but I knew that one was.
Yeah.
And just to show that and NASCAR with one play. Those two, like.
When Play went off on that NASCAR, man, how did you feel about that one? Because he went stupid on that too.
That man went crazy.
And I mean, hell, Dae Dae went. Both of them tracks that you speaking of, niggas got on them tracks and went crazy.
Well, went crazy.
Dae Dae went crazy on Spend It, and Play went crazy on NASCAR. So then also, how did you feel when you got those tracks back and you heard they blacked out on them?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was happy. I was excited. Like I say, even at the time, I didn't know about the push.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was about to go for a push. I just knew, bro, y'all just sent me some heat type. I knew you were hard. You know, I would kind of play these for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My brother did these. You know, so I was like, hey, bro, listen to these. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's crunk. You know, we know good songs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And, you know, that's pretty much that. I'm sorry, I lost my train. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you. Them niggas jamming.
Yeah. Anyway, them niggas, boy, it was just a wild time. I'm sorry, but at the time, yeah.
So many extra things going through my mind.
The crazy thing, because Dae Dae and one play, you know, that was his DJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Which made the record like that more hard. I just kind of went through that. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
But, that made that record so much hard, man. We done went through car shows together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on. See, now you taking it to another place in this conversation too. Because I'm going to spin it back to you too, Spinz. When you think about these artists and what they're going through at that time in their life, what you going through at that time in your life, and the backstory to everything happening, How does that make you feel? And can you speak on some of that backstory?
Backstory, like I say, appreciation.
Yeah.
Like you say, I guess that humble piece.
Mm-hmm.
You get to experience it different. Like you say, when you're in the eye of the storm, you experience it different. For what it's worth, like you say, the work. So we got in, we sending beats, man. We studio, and I'm in the studio, play in the studio, Dae Dae in the studio. We in 3 different parts.
Yeah.
Sometimes we in 2 and 3 different parts of the world.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But emails and sometimes video, Skype. Sometimes man, it's like a video session with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with me and Spinz, sometimes. Bruh's gone. Sometimes it's a tour. They need bruh on set. You know what I mean? But we cooking. Sometimes he might have a microphone, wherever it might be at. You feel me? I'm finna send him this vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I cooked this up, and nigga, I want you on this one.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? You send it back, and it start a process. So it's keep going. It's vibes, man.
Spinz, the zone. When was it that you knew you was in a damn zone, and what came out of that zone?
Man, I guess the zone be like when I can't remember. And like, you know what I'm saying, you come out with something the next day, or you know what I'm saying, a month or a year later, and you like, whoo, you know what I'm saying? Like that blackout mode.
Yeah.
That's the zone.
What was the tracks that came out of that zone when you heard them tracks? You said, oh yeah, I just snapped like hell on this motherfucker.
Man, like, you know what the real test is? The real like when you make something, you might be hype off of it. You know what I'm saying? But if you could put that shit down, go away, come back 2 months later, 3 months later,
Are you like
and then every time you touch that motherfucker, it's like, hold up. You come back a year later, you touch it, you like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? You come back 3 years later, touch it, you like, you know what I mean? That's that shit.
That leads me to another question. How much unreleased Spinz shit have we not heard that pisses you off that we haven't heard?
I can't say that I'm pissed off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
I feel that.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and in due time, you know what I mean? I'm thankful to be able to have this time, you know what I mean? Because shit, really, the last 3 years before COVID, I was gone. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm home for a weekend or a week, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm gone.
What was it like being on the road, man?
Man, the road is it's a blessing, It's like to see all of that, and even bigger to be performing songs that you made. Like that was definitely an amazing experience. I wouldn't trade for the world. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. In front of 50,000 and 60,000 people, like, you know what I'm saying, in different countries. They don't even speak English, but they know the words to the song.
Going overseas with it, man. What was it like when you thinking to yourself, I'm just a young boy from the South, and I find myself over these waters doing my thing?
Man, I just be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I send it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What is it that you think caused you to be chosen to do that? Do you think it was God's plan? Do you think you were working hard as hell towards that? Or do you think the stars aligned? Or do you think you just stumbled upon this shit?
Maybe like the first 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because I gave you A, B, C, D, E, F, and G to be
like a little combo of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely God's will. And I'm a big believer in, like, if you take a step, God gonna take 2. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
You take 2, he might take 4. You know what I mean? So I keep my faith, honestly, and
what were the times
going.
in both of y'all careers where your faith was tested, fellas?
Man, every day.
God, are you with me?
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, like you say, as far as music and just whatever, sometimes, man, you are a blatant entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It ain't no coming like this and like that sometimes. Sometimes it's a little slow. You got life to live. You feel me? So, every day it's going to be tested, man.
Yeah.
But, you just got to keep a strong base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stay faithful in what you know, man.
You damn right.
And build on that and go from that.
Get in here, Spinz.
Yeah, man. Don't waver on your faith. The famous Trill saying.
Come on.
Man, I gotta coin this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Stay
man.
on your square.
Stay on your square.
Come on.
Stay on your square. You
your
know what I mean?
square,
Like
yeah,
what you
home.
know. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it's like when you learn something, don't forget that you learned it.
Don't forget you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Don't forget you learned.
What advice do y'all have for up and coming artists and producers and DJs and people that just want to get up in this music industry? You said earlier it's a lot of predators in this thing, man.
Yes.
And see, that's the other side of the game that a lot of people don't understand. We in here laughing, giggling, and sniggling, having the time of our damn life, but we also having to whoop some ass on the other side of this
Yes,
shit
sir.
to stay above the ground.
Yes,
You
sir.
see what I'm saying? Talk to me about that part of it and navigating that shit, fellas.
I mean, this game is not for the faint of heart. You know what I mean? So it's really gonna test you and what you in it for.
Come on.
Facts.
You know, so hey man, like that's pretty much all I can say about it. You know what I mean? Like if you getting in this and you got light skin and you know easily turned around or easily
Deterred?
easily deterred. That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for.
I'm with you.
Then stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Because this, you gotta be a warrior. Like
Yeah.
this shit don't stop. This shit is definitely a marathon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, like I don't even believe in this day and time you can't win being 1 foot in and 1 foot out of this. You gotta go for it.
Yeah.
If you gonna go, nigga, go.
Come on.
Period, bro. Or you wasting time. You be doing something else.
What is the best advice that y'all received during y'all time in the game, man?
Okay, mine. Shout out to Nitty, man.
What up,
Sure.
Doe Nitty?
Shout out to Nitty, man. But he told me, all real. Trill, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate.
Tell
Those
them.
are facts.
That was some of the best advice because it's easy to come in like, I deserve,
Yeah.
but you ain't gonna get.
Damn.
It's somebody else that know the game that how to get what you got, and
Yeah.
you finna get it. You feel what I'm saying? So even tying back to your last one, you know what I'm saying, your team and something, you just gotta know those that labor among you,
Uh-huh.
and figure out how you gonna move with it.
That's right.
Sometimes they just the hand you dealt, play it.
Come on.
Straight up.
You'll play yourself into a
Straight
better.
up.
What's the best thing you done picked up?
That. You know what I mean? I gotta go 2 times on that.
So how difficult is it behind the scenes negotiating, fellas? Because that's another art. First of all, how many people talk about negotiating on camera? Don't nobody even understand what negotiating is. They just praying that somebody says him. So you see what I'm saying? So when it comes to negotiating, after you done built up your brand and your value and you know you deserve more, how do you walk into that room and say, hey man, I got a platinum single. I deserve this. And this is what you're going to give me if you want some more of this funk.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you have something that's easily replaceable, you know what I mean, then you might walk in that room and, you might walk out of that room the same way you came in that room. So it really goes back to you get what you negotiate. You know what I mean? Negotiation is it's an art. You know what I mean? It's a skill.
When it comes back to the music industry and being in the game, were there any things that was it everything that you expected it to be, or did it turn out to be something more crazier than you expected?
I honestly had no expectations of what was about to happen.
Uh-huh.
I honestly had none. The experiences, it's hot, cold, it's black, white. You're gonna get some good, you're gonna get some bad. You just got to go through it. Man, soak up, like I say, on your journey, man. Grab your gems.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, man. Get with good people, recognize good people, accept good people. You feel what I'm saying? Utilize things and not those good people.
That's
you
right.
feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
And it ain't too much you can't do without a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You by yourself might be limited, but your team, I guarantee you gonna get there.
Solid team. Solid team. You know what I mean? You can't get nowhere with people who don't understand your vision and who are not, dedicated to a collective vision. So if you working in something that's, not cohesive to your visions or your dreams, shit, you might as well just go work for a corporation or whatever. You know what I mean? If you're doing a creative venture, then everybody who's in your space needs to be at y'all need to work together and not against each other, and you know what I mean, come together and use this person's strengths for this, okay, this person's strength for that. You know what I mean? It's like a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna do this really well, this is gonna do that really well, and that's gonna do that. You don't need 3 niggas who gonna goddamn do the same shit, you know what I mean, and put them in different positions.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Your homeboy, but maybe he just good at being your homeboy.
Exactly.
You know, and let that be that.
You know, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
The passion, those Spinz, but you growing up in the game, man, and that forcing you to become a young ass OG and seeing so much. Your old ass soul, how does it feel now? Because see, he's not an old man, but his soul is 100 years old. Talk to me about your soul, Spinz, and how does it deal with the industry now and understanding what's real, what ain't, and do you keep your fire going? How do you keep that fire going?
Man, because
it's cute when you, and I hate to cut y'all, it's cute when you come into the game when you're young because you want to see all of these different things.
Yeah.
But you done saw all of those different things.
Yeah.
So now what is it that's left for Spinz to see, and what is it that keeps him going and motivated?
For me, like I said earlier, is about leaving my work. You know what I mean? So like people look at my work now as you know, you produce these platinum singles, or you did these mixtapes, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that played a part, but like for me, you know what I'm saying, this is just kind of like, I'm in the stage of where I'm documenting my notes, you know what I'm saying, and I'm publishing my notes, and you know what I'm saying, my personal, you know what I mean, mantras, just everything that I've become, you know what I mean? So it's a lot more than what's on the surface, and I'm referring to the industry. It's a lot more than what's on the surface. So somebody might see it from the outside, and they see the glitz and the glamour, the chains, the girls, the cars, you know, all of that. Yeah, I've seen all that. Cool, you know what I mean? Yeah. But for me, it's about my art and what I want to leave on earth, you know what I'm saying? And because I'm a big like fan of music, like and that, like music today, but like just music in general. So I go down rabbit holes and I just search. Me and Trill, you know what I mean? Like,
I'd have been there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and like, you know, I'm a DJ, so I come from vinyl, and you know what I mean? Like I dig through the crates weekly. You know what I'm saying? Like my partner, shout out my partner Shock. He just brought me like his grandma collection over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go through there and like I spend 30 minutes with this record collection. I'm coming up with a gem.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And that gem is like, it's like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? It sparks so much. That's like what's creating the sparks for me at this moment. It's like, oh my God, like I heard this, I'm pulling the needle back. I want to hear more, and this it made me go make you know what I mean? So honestly, right now I feel like better than I ever have. Like, to be real.
When it comes to being in the game and seeing rappers come and go, some come and go as far as career-wise, and some come and go as far as life and damn death.
Right.
How does that make you feel, man?
Man, I've experienced like extreme highs and extreme lows.
Yeah.
And one funny thing about that is the time span in which I've experienced those. Like, I've went from here to here, like emotionally, like literally in like 15 minutes.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, seriously. You know, like one of the, like, you know, Lord rest my brother's soul, like the bankroll, you know, like 15, or really, I ain't gonna say 15 minutes. This was a little bit longer span, but that night was like it was a Future concert. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I just was so happy the way that went. Like, I feel like that was like one of Future's best shows. Like, just seeing him come from, you know what I'm saying, just a dream and a thought. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, he's like, the music been going crazy, but now he's really like visually, like he you know what I'm saying? And then I go to sleep and I wake up and shit. Crazy. I wake up to my Twitter feed, RIP. Yeah. You know what I mean? The same night. You know what I mean? So like, a lot of that just taught me, don't take people for granted. Don't take things for granted. You know what I'm saying? Tell your people you love them while they're here.
Yeah.
And just, appreciate the moment. You know what I'm saying? Cause
memories, man.
Yeah, they not promised. So it's just made me more present in the moment and just, I just want to seize that more. You know what I mean? Every day is a blessing to be here. I thank God for the day every day. And just, try to get better.
Get in here, Trill.
Oh no, yeah, I'd say it often. Some of my favorite moments with a lot of people, they are not documented. You know what I mean? Like, people pass and, they leave money gets spent, but you're left with the memories, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, being in those moments and just accepting that, it's just like, man, you just, like you said, you want to capture those moments, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, a camera is cool, but, man, a lot of times, bro, we go up, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Enjoy life, man, and that'll create all that. Sometimes us experiencing that moment will take us to the studio.
Okay, so now I'm about to do a lightning round of singles. Flex. Ooh, Rich homie, he go in that thing and snap. What the hell does Spinz say?
You said what happened?
Flex.
Okay.
Rich homie Quan go in that thing and snap. What do you say? Did
Man.
you know that thing was gonna go all the way crazy?
Nah, I didn't. I can't lie. I did not know. Like, that was one of the records, like, me and Nitty actually made the beat. Shout out to Nitty again.
Nitty dope.
That happened in that camp that you was talking about, like when it was me, Southside, Metro. Yeah. We was all at Dark. And Quan was just there one day, and he came in the room, was like, "Man, give me some beats." And that was one of the ones I gave him. And then he came, bro, no lie, bro. Quan came back in there probably 35 minutes later. I'm talking about that shit was quick. What you think it is? What you think it is? I'm like, oh yeah, that shit moving, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. So later on, I sent it to Nitty afterwards, and then I was in LA.
Yeah.
And I was meeting with like Mike Karen or something.
Yeah.
And that was one of the records in the folder. He was just like, give me some stuff that you've been working on, or beats, songs, whatever. And he came back and he mentioned about it. He was like, that's something right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I liked it, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Jamming with Rocco, man.
Are you talking about Nachos?
Come on, that Nachos was crazy as hell too, man. What was that like when he got on that thing and snapped?
Yeah, it's a little bit more vague in my memory, but I do remember making that beat. Yeah. I do remember pulling up, like he did it at Patchwork. Mm-hmm. And
what up though, Kurt?
Yeah. Fucking, I had just bought this MPC Renaissance. It was like a new MPC at the time.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that was like the first or second beat that I made on it. Like, cause it used to use this software. I guess it still uses software. And like the software when it first came out, it was like extremely buggy. Yeah. So it was like you would be making a beat and like the shit'll crash. So like I was sticking with my Logic. I was sticking with my other program at the time. I was just like, let me fuck around with this. It's cool. Let me fuck around with it. And I made that beat, and somehow I gave it to him. And then he called me up there, and I went and heard it, and I was like, yeah, that shit hard. Like, we mixed it and mastered it right there. I was like, yeah, that shit was hard.
Cash out, she twerking.
Yeah, I was fucking with that. For sure. I mean, not that I wasn't fucking with any of the other records. You know, sometimes it's just like, for me, it's like I know, and then sometimes I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, Cash Out, that's my brother. I love Cash Out. He's so fucking funny. But, like, he called me, and this is when I had a studio at Defiant on the east side. He was like, man, I want to do this shit real quick. I need you to cook it up. Come on, finna pull up. So he pulled up. Me and Dundee was there. And he was like, nah, like, just one sound. I just need the drums. I want the drum to go like this. Just one sound. So we made the beat, then he made the song, and I was like, okay, this shit jamming, you know what I'm saying? And then we mixed it, and like it. You know what I mean? And Cash Out's done that a few times with me. Like, when he has something on his mind or whatever, then he just call me and we'll make something, and then it work.
Answer me this, fellas. As entrepreneurs and businessmen in the game, when things slow up, how do you keep from getting stressed the fuck out?
Man, you want me to lead on this, or you want to start?
Go ahead, pop it off.
Man, because I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Pop it off.
to me, I feel like with anything, you know what I'm saying, you can make, and everybody make their own decisions, but
Yeah.
I feel like music is kind of like a lottery,
Yeah.
you know, so like I encourage all creators and producers to venture out and, you know, allow, like if you do get lucky in music and you win in music, start other ventures or learn about other, you know, avenues to create revenue.
Yeah.
And use your music as a startup fund, the way you don't have to go get a loan, or you could go get a loan against, you know, your music and not even spend your money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of, you know, a lot of different, you know, tricks or whatever, you know, tricks of the trade that you
That's
can
right.
use. But I definitely want to promote like financial literacy to anybody who's listening to this or watching this, like, because, you know, oftentimes, like one of my best friends, he always says, you never want to have a single point of failure.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And that can, you know, treating music like that where it has its ups and downs, you know, it can create that situation.
That single point of failure,
You know
that
what I
take you
mean?
all the way out.
You don't want no single
I'm
point of
with
failure.
you.
Yeah, straight up.
All the way out of here.
Get in here.
No, literally, financial literacy, understanding, man.
Yeah.
First of all, understanding. You know, budgeting.
Yeah.
You understand? Your first couple records tied in with financial literacy. Hey man, you know, right now maybe that chain ain't in your budget. Maybe you know what I'm
been
saying.
there.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, live life. You feel me? Like you said,
Exactly.
everybody make their own decision, but allow yourself to be coachable. Tap
Yeah.
into different skill sets. Like
Yeah.
you said, with the single point of failure. Just because we're producers, that's not the only thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we might tap into, you know, whatever. Like I said, I play football.
Yeah.
You know, I coach, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I train. It's all type of stuff. I have different, you know, streams or whatever.
Of income.
Of
Shit.
income, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Keep it coming, you know, because, you know, one well get dry, that water flowing somewhere.
Straight up.
What are the biggest misconceptions about the music industry that people that want to get into it think are real, but it ain't really like that?
I want to pop this one now.
Go ahead.
Come on with it.
It's kind of annoying to me, but I kind of hate the notion of all we need is one, bro. I hate that notion. I hate it.
That's
because
real.
In a sense of a lottery, you know what I mean? You just gonna cast one.
Yeah.
We just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
If anything, you need to be casting your ballot often. You
Exactly.
feel what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Straight
Nigga, I'm here with you.
You be casting your ballot often. Say, you know, shoot. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody tell you when and whatnot.
Exactly.
Say you're an entrepreneur, run your business.
Get in here.
Hey, that's it. You know what I mean? Straight up, that's it.
$1 million Trill just bust back in this thing. How you living over there, Trill?
Everything smooth.
I can dig it.
Everything smooth.
Big $1 million, baby.
Trill.
Yes, sir.
Spinz. Appreciate y'all coming through this thing and kicking
Appreciate
flavor
you,
with a
man.
player this evening, man.
Thank you.
Wish y'all
Appreciate
nothing but the best and much success.
Yes, sir, bro.
Be High Radio Shouted, man. Holla at y'all in a minute. We go.